And welcome back to Janky AF and Year of the Aerostar, episode 14. Well, we got a great one today. We're working our way back to Southern California. We're technically on a Southern California residency, but I just did one in Richmond, Virginia, because that was a special one. So we're headed back west, not quite to California yet, but it's in the circle. If you're in Southern California, it won't be too hard to travel to find this vehicle. I know it's big out west. But without further ado, this is a 1997 Ford Aerostar ice cream van. It's our second ice cream van, which is great. I'm hoping this becomes a trope. I'm hoping Aerostars are sort of used often, or were used often as ice cream vans. I think that's wonderful. Listed for only $1,500 in Arizona. It just says generally in Arizona. I believe this listing has gotten tweaked. I think they lowered the price. I think it was around the Phoenix area. And boy, you can see the colorful outfit I'm wearing right now, and that is emblematic of this Aerostar. Let's take a quick peek around. Obviously beautiful, beautiful front end. I love how they've painted this grille bright blue with your sort of like lime green accents here. Very just wonderful janky patina. I mean, you have like the speaker mounted right on the hood. That's amazing. The children crossing, of course, safety first. And then you have these little stars and ice cream stickers and some random brown splotches, which I appreciate. And as we go around here, of course, great on the side, you have some weird superhero thing. You have this, again, big safety mirror mounted here. I mean, this thing's got so many like, strange baubles and bolt-ons. I absolutely love it. I love the black steel wheels. All business, you know, everything you need, nothing you don't. And they took really great pictures, which I really appreciate. You know, again, the safety. But the little stars, there's like another crazy arched mirror on the back here with this sign, you know, watch for children crossing. Some random cardboard tape to the back window. I love all that. Really aesthetically just a masterpiece. You have this blue and green theme again here, and obviously we see these barn doors. We see it as a cargo version. And then, of course, you know, the pièce de résistance, or the, you know, grand reveal of the side of this vehicle. Much like the other ice cream vans, it's plastering, and it's kind of like a power clashing and has its own janky vibe to it, but also very purposeful, as most janky things are, and informative. You know, it's doing the least amount of work to get the maximum effect of what this car is, and not sort of patronizing you with unnecessary decorative flair or things of that nature. You know, it's like, these are the ice creams we have, and if you'd like to purchase one, we'd love to sell you one in this whimsical machine. So yeah, it does say Phoenix on there, and I love the sort of aesthetic of using individual letters to like spell something out instead of painting it on or getting a sticker or something of that nature. It's just like, you know, buy all the letters you need and then stick them on one by one, and they're not quite always perfectly lined up. People do that on mailboxes, anything. It's a great aesthetic. I really do enjoy it. And here we see the back, of course, of the barn doors. Nice bunch of shelving in there. This would be a great work vehicle. Shelving's already installed. You got some paneling there. It looks like a nice false floor put in. Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Now, I love this shelf that's framed out with linoleum, or covered with linoleum. Probably better than wood, a little smoother, you know. Absolutely fantastic. So the other great thing about this Aerostar, and this will be a preview of what's to come, is that I have found, this is our first Aerostar, Year of Aerostar listening in Spanish, which I love. And there are many Aerostars down in Mexico I've discovered recently, and we'll take a little trip down there, but not quite yet. I'm going to try to actually make it to Southern California on this residency. So I'll do my best terrible Spanish here and see if we can decipher this. Van en perfectas condiciones. I'm guessing that means perfect condition, which is amazing that you know, they're not wrong. It is in perfect condition. Like, this is aesthetically an absolute masterpiece. I wouldn't change one thing about it. Lista para venta de ice cream. I don't know. I think ice cream is actually helado, isn't it, with an H? I'd be shocked if I knew that, but I actually don't quite understand what that means. But when I see lista, I just think listing, but I don't think that's a cognate para is for, I believe, vending. So it's, you know, it's created to, you know, vend or sell ice cream. Placas para 2 años. Now I'm guessing placas is like plates, but I'm guessing that means like registration. It's registered for 2 years. Don't know. No incluye freezer. Again, another. I love when, you know, you see this in a lot of foreign languages or languages that are not English, where English, because it's such this universal global language, just finds its way. In German, this is an aside here, but in German, unterwegs means on the way. Literally, unter is under and weg is way. So it's underway. I'm on the way. Ich bin unterwegs, or wir sind unterwegs. But the funny thing is, I heard a German person one time say, ich bin on the way. Like you have a direct translation, unterweg, and it's not no shorter or longer. It's like, why not just say unterweg? But they said, ich bin on the way. So they started the sentence in German and then used the English word on the way. So I just thought that was like a funny thing that these English words just like, you know, become included in any language. That's kind of funny. So let's click see translation. Van in perfect condition. Ice cream ready for sale. 2 years old. 2-year-old plates not included freezer. Okay, that's not the greatest translation. Got to work on that there, Facebook. But 2-year-old plates, I guess. Yeah, okay, so the plates are 2 years old. Maybe that means it hasn't been registered in 2 years. And only $1,500, you know, it doesn't list the mileage on here, unfortunately. I would like to know that, and I would like to see a couple more shots of the actual interior cabin to see what we're working with. It looks like it might be like a bluish interior, judging from, you know, some of these pictures from what I can make out, perhaps a dark blue interior. I do love a dark blue interior. It's like a very 90s thing, or maybe it's gray and black. I can't really tell. It looks like it's got seat covers on, so, you know, inconsequential really, but it would be, I'm just curious to sort of see what they're working with on the interior. It looks like a gray interior, I guess, maybe a gray seat there. Now, of course, this is a cargo, so there's a good chance these are vinyl seats and not the cloth seats with the great piping that I talk about all the time. The other thing we'll do here is a little bit of sleuthing, and first thing on the front end of the vehicle, now I'm sorry I don't remember the name of the commenter, maybe I can put it in here, but they had a great comment on one of my Aerostars, was that one of the big changes from 91 to 92, I believe, was these headlights became sort of flush with the bezels, so they're right up in there. If you look at my 1986 Aerostar, and maybe I can put a picture in here, but maybe not, we'll see. The lights are these old, like, kind of, I don't know if they're halogen, but they're these old school lights, you know, they're probably really heavy, probably draw a lot of energy. And there's a big concave around this headlight bezel here, and they're kind of set back in it. And then I think it was a regulation actually that they had to be like flush and form-fitting or whatever. So that is just, again, an aside, but you can see obviously it is a later Aerostar post 92. Boy, I just love this grille. You know, on the sport editions they painted this grille on a lot of them to be body color, and they do look really great painted, I have to say. The other interesting thing is they say it's a 97, but obviously we have the amber in the taillights. And I was talking to someone recently on Instagram, and thank you so much to them. I've had a great conversation with them about how they swapped in amber taillights into their 97. So this could still be a 97. Now maybe that was done. Obviously, if the taillights did get replaced, it's probably a lot easier to find them from, you know, all the way from 86 to 96 as opposed to the 97. You have to be really dedicated if you had to swap them out to go find those 97 taillights. So that is an interesting thing. So maybe it's a 96 or a 95, who knows. And as we've seen, it's becoming a thing now in Year of the Aerostar that the year is not always accurate of the listing, and that to me the way I take that, and obviously this is in a very positive way. It might just be meaningless. You know, all cars might be not listed accurately. We've seen some issues with Facebook Marketplace in terms of being able to easily list specific things and makes and models of vehicles. But what I say is, because the Aerostar is this beautiful, I think I said monolith in a good way last time, it's this beautiful singular creation, then it would make sense that people are confusing the years, because, you know, to the untrained eye, they all look exactly the same. Now, of course, on Year of the Aerostar, we know now that there are many, many iterations and variations of the Aerostar, but the thing I like about it is it does have this profile and this sort of iconic imagery that we can immediately recognize and you know, see the value of. So that's you know, just neither here nor there, but the taillights are, you know, have the amber in them, and the 97 taillights only were just red and white without the amber. I love that it's a cargo version. I love the barn doors in the rear. I'm jonesing for a cargo Aerostar one day, because I think if these barn doors in the rear are just very, very convenient. You know, the hatchback is great, love it, but the struts go on them a lot, and you have to replace those struts. This is just a very simple mechanism. I like the look of it. The bumper's a little bit different. It has this sort of notch cut out of it on the bumpers with the barn doors. Oh, what have we done? Oh no. Apologies, viewers. I have accidentally clicked away. I've had some technical difficulties lately on Year of the Aerostar, but you know, it's janky, so it's all part of the program. I was saying the rear bumpers just have this little notch cut out of them where the hinge for the barn door resides, and those bumpers do not have that. It's more flush in here in the corner on the hatchback liftgate bumper. So if you are trying to replace your bumper on your Aerostar, your rear bumper in particular, you got to make sure that you get one that is appropriate to your barn door or your liftgate situation. Now you could probably work around it and it would look kind of all right. And you know, bumpers are getting really, really hard to find for these things, and I hope someone does. I hope Ford. My dream is that Ford starts making these parts again. As part of like a legacy situation. Now, of course, that would require the Aerostar to get a lot more provenance in terms of being, or a lot more standing in terms of being a true classic car, but you know, we're working on it. So the bumper is slightly different, and you know, because you have this hinge right there, the bumper has to dip around it. So another little factoid for you. But I love the barn doors, and you know, it'd be great to have a work van Aerostar one day in my fleet. And this would honestly be the perfect one. So if anyone's in, you know, the Phoenix, Arizona area and wants to negotiate a deal, I'd be happy to give you a finder's fee. And then we have to figure out about actually getting the van back to upstate New York. But, you know, cross that bridge when we come to it. And cross it in a Ford Aerostar, of course. Lovely, lovely shot here with the big palm trees in the background and your blue skies with white puffy clouds. Just great job taking photos of this. And boy, just a really, really great Aerostar. I love this one. I'm so glad we were able to capture it here for you on Year of the Aerostar. So we're going to be in Southern California soon, I promise. I got some great stuff lined up, and we'll see you very soon with more on Year of the Aerostar. And until then, Janky do thanky.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.